Yes, there's real scientific evidence that humans can die from giving up, but it's more complicated than just deciding to stop living. In medicine, this is often linked to a phenomenon called psychogenic death or giving up syndrome, and it's closely related to extreme stress responses, especially after severe trauma, grief, or loss of hope. It's the body's way of shutting down when the mind decides survival is no longer worth the effort. Let's break it down, step by step, and see how trauma, loss, and hopelessness can literally switch off the human life engine. Stage 1. The shock event. Every story starts with an emotional earthquake, the kind of moment that rips your life in half. Losing the person you thought you couldn't live without, being trapped in abuse or captivity with no way out, or facing a betrayal so deep it breaks something inside you. Your brain reacts like it's been hit by a truck. The brain's first responder is the amygdala, our built-in threat detector. The amygdala signals the hypothalamus, which flips the emergency switch called the HPA axis, hypothalamic pituitary adrenal system. Result? Adrenaline spikes. Your heart pounds, blood vessels constrict, muscles tense. Cortisol floods the bloodstream. Sugar is released for quick energy. Immune functions pause. This is the fight or flight response. Normally, this chemistry saves you, but when the threat is inescapable, like years of abuse, war imprisonment, or crushing grief, the system goes into overdrive, and that's when the damage begins. Stage 2. The fight-or-flight burnout. When you can't fight and you can't run, the body moves into a freeze response. Your brain concludes, no action will save me. The human body isn't built to live in panic mode forever. When you can't fight and you can't run, your brain makes a chilling decision: freeze. Your stress hormones keep pouring in, but now they start hurting you. High cortisol begins killing brain cells in the hippocampus, the part that regulates emotions and memory. Dopamine and serotonin, your motivation and joy chemicals, drop. Your heart and blood vessels start wearing down. This is why trauma survivors can age years in just a few months. The stress is literally eating them from the inside. Stage 3. The motivation blackout. Now we reach the real tipping point. The anterior cingulate cortex, the brain's motivation center, loses dopamine supply. And without dopamine, you stop caring about survival. People at this stage refuse to eat or drink, not because they can't, but because they see no point. Withdraw from everyone. Spend most of the day lying in bed. Dr. John Leach, who studied soldiers in war camps, saw this over and over. Once this stage kicks in, only outside intervention, someone physically pulling them up, feeding them, and giving them a reason, can turn things around. Stage 4. Immune system shutdown. Here's the cruel twist. Hopelessness doesn't just feel like death, it opens the door to it. Prolonged high cortisol shrinks your thymus gland, where immune cells are trained, suppresses white blood cell production, slows wound healing. That's why grieving spouses often get sick right after their partner dies. It's called the widowhood effect, and the risk of death in those first few months can spike by over 60%. Not because of sadness alone, but because their immune system has stood down. Stage 5. Organ decline. Stress hormones are powerful and dangerous in high doses. They can stun your heart muscle, which is also called broken heart syndrome, trigger deadly heart rhythms, reduce lung function, leading to pneumonia, starve your kidneys and liver of oxygen. The body's maintenance systems, digestion, repair, detox, are now shut down in energy-saving mode. But unlike hibernation in animals, there's no safe reawakening. Stage 6. The final withdrawal. In the last phase, called psychogenic stupor, the person barely speaks. They stop reacting to voices, even to pain. Their eyes lose focus, lies still for hours or days. Brain scans in such states show reduced activity in the prefrontal cortex and ACC, areas tied to decision-making, attention, and drive. Without intervention, physical stimulation, medical care, or a powerful reason to live, death can occur within days.